He got put in jail, I think for like a couple years, and he didn't get to talk to his family, nothing, no lawyers. I mean, it was just stone cold. What's up? I'm Sadia B, and I'm here to help you level up and let go. Anyways, today's video is about why I would not move back to China. I would visit China, but I would not move back to China. I would not live in China. And here are 3 reasons why China is not for everyone. Reason number 1. You can have the greatest love for Chinese culture. You can speak fluent Chinese. You can be like one of them. But you'll never, ever, ever, ever be considered to be one of them. Why? Because you're not Chinese. It may seem obvious, but in America, we live in a melting pot sort of country. No matter what sort of person you are, if you assimilate, if you learn the language, if you say, hey, I'm proud to be an American, you can become an American. In China, that's not the case. If you are a black person or foreign person, and let's say you marry a Chinese person, you have babies with them, your baby will still be considered a foreigner too. And always in China, you feel like it's an us versus them mentality. You never feel like you can truly immerse yourself in the culture. And a lot of the time that made me sad, because who wants to be the other all the time? I was there for 5 years. I knew the language pretty well. I wanted deeper connections with Chinese people and Chinese culture, but I always felt like I was kind of Heismaned and put to the side. So that's one drawback about living in China or any homogenous culture like that. It's you'll never ever be a part of it, because they will never accept you. They will always see you as the other, as the foreigner. Number 2. Here is my second reason why I would not live in China again. As a foreigner in China, you essentially have no rights. For example, if I were to get into a fight with a Chinese person and they were to instigate it, I would probably go to jail. There was an incident between this Chinese guy and a football player in China. He had gone to a club. These Chinese guys were harassing him. They threw a bottle at him. He started fighting back. He got put in jail, I think for like a couple years, and he didn't get to talk to his family, nothing, no lawyers. I mean, it was just stone cold in prison. Nothing. He got put in jail, I think for like a couple years, and he didn't get to talk to his family, nothing, no lawyers. I mean, it was just stone cold in prison, nothing. And that's what can happen to you in China, because you have no rights. I mean, another example is when China decided to crack down on drugs, and China is strictly no drug policy. So they started to go to foreign clubs or just regular clubs and crack down on drugs. So that meant that they go to the club, arrest everybody in the club, drug test you. If you fail, you go back home. If you pass, good for you. I was like, ooh, I'm not going to clubs as much. That's fine. I passed the test. It's not a huge deal because I'm not there. They would come to your house, bro. I had the cops come to my house twice to randomly drug test me. And I have to say, it was very violating. It was very embarrassing. But hey, what could I do? I'm in their country. It's their rules. So that's number 2. As a foreigner, you don't really have any rights. And it just kind of makes you feel like, okay, if something happens to me here, no one's gonna care, and I don't have anybody to turn to. I won't get any help. And here is the third reason why I would not live in China again. I would not live in China again because the people are not exposed to many other cultures, especially black culture. So a lot of people are really shocked to see you. They'll take photos of you without your consent. They will literally shout, "Hey, Ren," which means black person, when they see you on the street. I mean, I would go to smaller towns like Hangzhou. Hangzhou is a smaller city than Shanghai, but it's one of the most popular tourist destinations in China. So also put this into context. I'm there in Hangzhou, I'm hanging out with my friend, but I'm there to see the spectacle in Hangzhou, but I become the spectacle. All these people start surrounding me, touching my hair, touching my skin, saying all sorts of things about me, good and bad. Oh, that brings me to number 4. Ooh, when you learn Chinese, you realize all the things that they're saying. In some ways you realize, in some ways you wish, maybe I wish I didn't understand what they were saying because they say some pretty harsh things about foreigners, especially black people, when they think you don't understand. But hey, it's a catch-22. A lot of foreigners would say bad things about Chinese people in English because they thought they didn't understand too. Not that I would participate in it. I don't agree with it in any way on both sides, but that's that. That's what it is. So those things in China really can just be annoying, especially going back to, the photo thing or people staring at you like this. They just stare at you. And it's because you're black, and it's because they've never seen a black person in real life before. And what's funny is they think that we all look the same. I'd go out with my friends and they'd be like, "Oh, sisters?" And we'd be like, all different colors, shapes, sizes. They'd be like, "No, just friends." They'd be like, "Oh." So, I love China. I love my experience there for 5 years. I love the food. I did love the culture. I love the traveling. I love the opportunities it gave me. I loved all my friends that I met in China. But these are some of the reasons why I would not go back to China. Anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching my video. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you like my content, please subscribe to your girl. I'll be putting out new music soon, so be on the lookout. Thank you guys so much for watching.